So folks, we just got inside the front gate here at Holiday World, and we're pretty impressed so far. We're in the middle of the Christmas section right now. This is the original section to the park, opened in 1946, so this year they are celebrating their 75th anniversary. So let's go along. We're going to take you on a little tour of the park here real quick. So if you're familiar with the park, you know this is where they generally have the giant Christmas tree here in this section. But since it's the 75th anniversary, we have this great new sign down here.
It's pretty. I love the flowers.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So we're going to go inside St. Nick's souvenir shop here and take a quick look around. We'll take you along with us. Hi, how are you today? So, and in this little room right here, you can have a virtual visit with Santa. I think generally...
It's the sign of the time, yeah.
Yeah, the
normally
sign of the time.
Santa would be right here.
Santa would be here, yeah.
But I like it. It's a nice little shop.
Yeah, it is a nice little shop. So let's go on out and explore a little more and see what else is on offer. So here is one photo op, the first photo op of the park, and that's a photo with Santa. We're going to hook around the corner here and we're going to head down to the first little section of rides here at Rudolph's Reindeer Ranch. So Rudolph's Reindeer Ranch is a small subsection of the Christmas section, and it's just a collection of kids' rides. There's 6 rides over here. Most of these were added in the 1970s.
Dancer's Fish.
This is Dancer's Fish
1970.
from 1970s. Dasher Seahorses.
I had another one in the 1970s.
Also in the 1970s. Then we have Comet's Rockets, which was added in the 1970s as well. Prancer's Merry-Go-Round, also from the 1970s, which isn't open today, unfortunately. And Reindeer Games, which is a mini drop tower, which was added in 2008. And the last ride in this section is Rudolph's Roundup, which was added in 2011. This is the newest ride in this section. So we're leaving the Rudolph's Reindeer Ranch section here at the park. We could turn left here and go into the Halloween section of the park, but instead we're going to go up and head for 4th of July. So we're going to head into Santa's Merry Marketplace. Now this is so Santa's Merry Marketplace, which is a dine-in restaurant. They do have a beautiful candy shop over here. It looks like they're actually making candy today. You know, this really kind of reminds me of the Fest House at Kings Island. But we're going to go and check and see what kind of food they have on offer. So this is some of the offerings here at Santa's Marketplace.
It has something. Oh wow, bacon ranch.
And on this end of the restaurant here, we have the ice cream shop. So off to the left here, we have the Big Fun Cottage Ski Ball. Don't let T see this, I'll never get him out of there.
Oh, y'all want to go on that swing too?
So we're getting ready to enter into the next section of the park, which is 4th of July. Now, as you may not notice, the park is divided into 4 sections, and they are all themed after a holiday in the American calendar. So the 4th of July section and the Halloween section were added in 1984, and they were the first really big expansions for the park. So we're going to take a walk through this section and see what they have on offer. This section of the park does have the most attractions of any of the other sections. So the first thing that we come to when we got into the section is the Liberty Shop, which is another souvenir shop. So we're going to take a quick run through here and see what they have on offer. Some really cool mugs, cool t-shirts, hoodies, sweats.
Oh, tie-dye shirt. Kids love it.
Lots of tie-dye shirts. Ooh, candy on the other side, yay. I'm sure we will go home with a bag full of souvenirs from Holiday World when we leave today.
Some t-shirts.
Yeah, definitely getting some t-shirts. So this was added to the park in 1978. So across from the Lewis and Clark Trail is the park's carousel. This is called the Star Spangles Carousel. It was added in 2008. Now this was made by Chance Rides, and the difference between a Chance Rides carousel and a PTC carousel is that the Chance Rides is made out of fiberglass while the PTC carousel is made out of hand-carved wood. So the next attraction that we come to is going to be Rough Riders, which is the park's bumper cars. Now these are themed to Teddy Roosevelt's Rough Riders, and we're going to take a look at that here in just a second. This was added to the park in 1976. And the next ride that we come to directly across from the Rough Riders is going to be Firecracker. Now this is a refurbished Calypso ride that was added to the park in 2017. This looks really good. Yeah. And these are really fun. And directly across from Firecracker is Liberty Launch, the S&S double shot tower here at the park. This was added in 2003. So folks, as you can see, there's another new section of the park here. This is Holodog's Funtown. We'll come back to that after we finish filming the 4th of July section. So we're going to circle around to the left here and head down the hill.
Hey, we got a couple flat rides left here in this 4th of July section. It's not that much more.
So the next ride we come to is Eagle's Flight, which is the Larson Flying Scooter. This was built in 1976 and moved to the park in this section of the park in 1984. And across from Eagle's Flight is Revolution. This is a zero gravity ride added to the park in 2005. This is also very similar to Bamboozler at Worlds of Fun. So it's going to bring us to the next ride here in the 4th of July section, which is Raging Rapids in Boulder Canyon. This is a whitewater rafting ride built in 1990. So the last ride that we come to in the 4th of July section is Tippecanoes. This ride is themed after our 9th president, William Henry Harrison, who died in office like 20 days after. His nickname was Tippecanoe.
Not open.
Unfortunately, it's not open. This ride was also added in 1988. From Tippecanoes is another eating establishment here at the park called the Alamo, and they do serve like loaded nachos, tacos, burritos. So it's a little Mexican restaurant here. So we're going to head back over and show you the Holodog Funtown, and we will, after that, be heading towards the next section of the park. So folks, that's going to bring us to the next little section of the park, and that's going to be Holodog Funtown. So this is the Holodog Express, which is a miniature train ride. And as it goes through the course, they have scenes from different fairy tales. So we're going to head into Holodog's Funtown. Now this section was added in 1999 into the 4th of July section. This is a small collection of kids' rides, a couple of tree houses, and just a good splash pad, actually. Yeah.
Also, they have a little coaster for a little guy here.
The first thing you come to is Hot Diggity Dogs, which is their little concession stand here with hot dogs and other little french fries, chicken tenders, and corn dogs. So the first ride that we come to in this section is going to be Doggone Trail. Now this was a Zamperla Jeep ride. This was added in 1999 when this section of the park opened. And right next to Doggone Trail is Kitty's Tea Party. Now this is the newest ride in this section, added in 2013. And as you can see, it is your standard little teacup ride. Aw, take a look at these little guys getting cold. It's kind of muggy out here today. But this is Magic Waters. This was also opened in 1999.
It's something to cool down the little guys.
Yeah, looks like they're having fun. Wish I was. Right behind Magic Waters we have Holodog's Treehouse. Now this looks like a really fun little jungle gym with a few slides added to it. This is really cool. And at the very back of the section is the first coaster that we come to in the park today. And that's going to be the Howler. Now this is a Zamperla family steel coaster added in 1999. You know, this coaster reminds me a lot of the Grand Exposition coaster at Silver Dollar City. You do 2 cycles on it, but the really cool thing about this one is the train is really themed well as to Holodog here at Holiday World. Well folks, we're going to go out of the Holodog's Funtown here, and we're going to head to the next section of the park, and that's going to be the Thanksgiving section of the park. That's the newest section of the park, added in 2006. So we're literally heading into the new section. We're crossing under the Voyage here. And as you can see by the great big sign. Now this section of the park was added in 2006. So the first coaster we come to in the Thanksgiving section is the Voyage that was opened in 2006. This is built by the Gravity Group and is the second longest wooden coaster in the world, coming in second only to the Beast at Kings Island in Cincinnati. So the next ride that we come to in the Thanksgiving section is Turkey Whirl. Now this is a tilt-a-whirl ride, your standard tilt-a-whirl ride, only they've done some really great theming with it by making the cars actually look like turkeys. You know, this ride is incredibly themed. These turkeys are just too cute. This was built by Larson and was opened in 2007. Across from Turkey Whirl is Gobbler Getaway. Now this is the Sally Rides interactive dark ride, and they're famous for making the Battle for Metropolis Justice League rides at Six Flags Corporation. And right next to the Turkey Whirl is Plymouth Rock Cafe. Now T is like chomping at the bit to eat here because he can have his Thanksgiving dinner early this year. And the next ride that we come to is going to be the Mayflower. Now this is your standard Buccaneer style swinging ship, and this was opened in 2014. So right in front of us is the Crow's Nest. This was added in 2012. This is very similar to a Starflyer, I think. This was built by Zamperla. So folks, that's going to bring us to the last coaster in this section of the park, and that's Thunderbird. This is the 2015 launched wing coaster by B&M. So you know, we're back here in the Thanksgiving section, and this really reminds me of Dollywood. Right? This is themed, and just yeah, and the terrain that it's sitting in, it's just really cool. I really like this back here. So we're going to head back towards the front of the park. We're going to go hit the Halloween section and take you on a tour of that, and we'll see you from up there. So we're coming back into the Halloween section. This is the last section before we take you back to the front. This section was added in 1984 and has 2 of the major coasters here and 3 flat rides. This is the Hollow Swings. This was added in 2003 and built by Zamperla. This is their flying carousel model. And the first coaster that we come to in this section is the Legend. This opened in 2000 and was built by CCI. And the next ride we come to is Frightful Falls. So this is the park's log flume. It opened in 1984. Go back to there. 76. So the next ride that we come to is Scarecrow Scrambler. This was built by Eli Bridge Company and opened in 1976. And the last coaster and the last ride that we're going to come to today in the park is the Raven. This was built in 1995 by CCI, which is Custom Coasters International. And this won the best wooden coaster for 4 years in a row from 2000 to 2003. So folks, that's going to do it for our tour today here at Holiday World. This is really a gem of a park. We're going to head back up to the front and we'll say goodbye to you from there. So folks, thanks for joining us today here at Holiday World for our tour of the park. This is really a great little park. It's a really fun, nice family-owned park.
Very clean, and I love the theming. Definitely we're going to come to this park more often now that we've been here. This is T.
This is Tom.
And have a good night.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.